Hello students, you are welcome in the classroom of Industrial Chemistry, M.Sc Semester 1. We are having paper of environmental pollution analysis, and right now we are going to discuss on air pollution analysis unit number 1. Earlier I have discussed about air pollution in short. Right now I am going to explain you in detail. First of all, we will start air pollution with its definition. So we are starting it with introduction. Air pollution may be defined as the presence in the outdoor atmosphere of one or more contaminants. It tends to be injurious to human, plant or animal life or other properties. In other words, we can say air pollution is a mixture of hazardous substances from both human-made and natural sources. The atmosphere is a dynamic system which steadily absorbs various pollutants from natural as well as man-made sources, thus acting as a natural sink. It means all other contaminants enters into the environment or atmosphere and air get polluted is called air pollution. Our second point is main causes of air pollution. There are mainly two causes, one natural and another one is man-made. It means there are mainly two sources, natural air pollution and man-made air pollutions. So first we'll discuss about natural air pollution. In natural air pollution, nature releases hazardous substances into the air such as smoke from wildfires or forest fires, ash and gases from volcanic eruptions, and gases like methane, which are emitted from decomposition of organic matter in soils and decay of vegetation, winds and sands or dust storms. By this way, nature releases hazardous substances. Now, it is new for you that decay of vegetation. What is the meaning of decay of vegetation? It means air pollutants which affects on vegetation and damages leaf and trees, and in some cases retardation of plant growth may also occur, is called decay of vegetation. Now, our second point is man-made air pollution. Vehicle emissions, fuel oils and natural gases to heat homes by products of manufacturing and power generation, particularly coal-fueled power plants, and fumes from chemical production are the primary sources of man-made air pollution. And the last point, the magnitude of air pollution increased day by day. We are discussing it in detail. The magnitude of the air pollution, the magnitude of the problem of air pollution has increased due to population explosion, industrialization, urbanization, automobiles and other human activities for greater comfort. In another way, we can say that pollutants travel through the air disperse and may interact with other substances in the atmosphere before they reach a sink, such as an ocean or a human receptors. If pollutants enter the atmosphere at a faster rate than are absorbed by the natural sinks, then they gradually accumulate in the air, which affect the very life on the earth and its environment. This way air get polluted and all cycle will get disturbed. It also affects all living things on the earth and non-living things also. Now our next point is structure of atmosphere. So first of all we will start with composition of atmosphere. The composition of the earth atmosphere changes with the altitude. The major constituents of the earth atmosphere are nitrogen 78.09%, second one is oxygen 20.95%, argon 0.93%, carbon dioxide 0.039%. Then our second point is atmospheric pressure or barometric pressure. So definition of atmospheric pressure: the pressure exerted by the weight of air at a given point is known as atmospheric pressure or barometric pressure. With increasing altitude, the atmospheric pressure decreases. On an average, a column of air measured at the sea level has the weight of about 1.03 kg. The next point is, what is cloud? A visible mass of a condensed vapor floating above the general level of the ground is known as cloud. A visible mass of condensed vapor is called cloud. Our last point is atmospheric layers. There are mainly 5 layers. You can see first one is troposphere, second one is stratosphere, third one is mesosphere, fourth one thermosphere, and fifth one is exosphere. Troposphere's range is 0 to 12 km. Stratosphere is a range between 12 to 50 km. Mesosphere is between 50 to 80 km. Thermosphere is between 80 to 700 km. And exosphere, the outermost layer, is between 700 to 10,000 km. You can see here our globe, then first layer troposphere, and its range it varies sometime, so it doesn't matter, but however you have to continue with that limit. First layer you can see troposphere, which is the nearest layer to the earth. Second nearest layer is stratosphere. Third up middle layer you can see mesosphere, and thermosphere, and then outermost is exosphere, and you can see all the ranges in this figure. Now we will discuss this point with major atmospheric region with temperature graph. You can see height means range of altitude and atmospheric temperature means height versus temperature graph. You can see troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere is outermost. So we will discuss it in detail. First, we will discuss about troposphere. So first point is range of troposphere. Troposphere is the closest to the Earth's surface and contains water vapor, moisture, dust, etc. Its range is between 0 to 12 or it may be vary up to 15 km. So this is the range of troposphere. Second one is how is the height varies in it. Height of the troposphere varies. As example, at the equator it is measured about 18 km and at the poles it is 12 km. Then what is tropopause? Tropopause is the transitional zone that separates troposphere and stratosphere. And our fourth point is temperature variation in troposphere. Temperature varies. Temperature variation occurs when we go on height, then temperature goes down in troposphere. Lapse rate. Definition of lapse rate. The change of temperature with height is called lapse rate. The decrease of temperature with increasing altitude is called positive lapse rate. The increase of temperature with increasing altitude is called negative lapse rate. The transition from positive lapse rate to negative lapse rate at the marks what is called the temperature inversion. Now our next second layer is stratosphere. We are discussing about stratosphere. Range of stratosphere. You all know very well that the range of stratosphere is 12 to 50 km. Stratosphere is the second lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere that goes up to 50 km. Next point is what is the characteristic of stratosphere? Then stratosphere contains ozone layer and this is its characteristic. Stratosphere contains ozone layer that absorbs the ultraviolet rays coming through the sun rays and protects lives on the earth. As the ultraviolet radiation absorbed in stratosphere, therefore the temperature rises with increasing altitude. Means this is our third point, temperature rise. How? As the ultraviolet radiation absorbs in stratosphere, Therefore, the temperature rises with increasing altitude. Last point, stratopause. The stratopause is the transitional zone that separates stratosphere and mesosphere. The line between this is called stratopause. Now our next point is thermosphere. Before that, we will discuss about mesosphere. Mesosphere present above stratosphere extend up to 80 km from 50 km to 80 km. Means mesosphere present above the stratosphere. And temperature of mesosphere varies. How? Temperature in the mesosphere decreases with increasing in altitude. And the last point of mesosphere is mesopause. Mesopause is the transitional zone that separates mesosphere and thermosphere is called mesopause. The separating line between mesosphere and thermosphere is called mesopause. Now we are going to discuss about thermosphere. Thermosphere. The range of thermosphere, our first point is range of thermosphere. Above the mesosphere, thermosphere is the second highest layer that starts at the altitude of 80 km and extend up to roughly 700 km. However, it varies between 500 to 1000 km. Means from 80 to 700, but it can vary between 500 to 1000 km. Now, second point is the lower part of thermosphere. The lower part of the thermosphere means we can say roughly between 80 km to 550 km. The lower part of the thermosphere contains ions and therefore known as ionosphere. This is its characteristic, ionosphere. Third point is its temperature. The temperature of the thermosphere rises with increasing altitude. You can see it also in graph. Earlier figure, I have showed you an earlier figure that how temperature increases, how altitude increases, how temperature decreases with increasing in altitude. You can see it in figure or graph. Last point is thermopause. Thermopause is the transitional zone that separates thermosphere and exosphere. Means thermopause is a line between thermosphere and exosphere. With the help of figure, you all can get idea easily. So I have shown you two figures. Now outermost layer, exosphere. Height or range of exosphere. You all know that I have earlier showed you in our chart that its range is from 700 kilometer to 10,000 kilometer. So exosphere is the highest or outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere that extend up to 10,000 kilometers, from 700 kilometer to 10,000 kilometer, where it ultimately merges into the solar wind. Second point, major constituents. Major constituents of the exosphere are helium, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. These are the major constituents of exosphere. Means in exosphere you can find these all gases mainly. Third point, exosphere's main characteristic. The main characteristic of exosphere is that the satellite is normally placed in exosphere. Many satellites, including the International Space Station ISS, orbit within the exosphere or below about 330 km. Means satellite is normally placed below exosphere or at the range of below around 330 kilometers. And our last point is temperature of exosphere. Second last point is temperature of exosphere. Then temperature of exosphere varies gently. Temperature of exosphere varies greatly and can range from 0 to over 1700 centigrade. It means it's a wide range from 0 to 1700 centigrade. 1700 centigrade means it varies greatly. We can say widely. It is colder at night and much hotter during the day. Means sunlight make it hot, and at night time it get cold. So temperature variation is highest in exosphere. Now our last point is exosphere's composition. So we have earlier discussed about that major constituents, or we can say its composition. So it consists helium, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. So this is the composition of exosphere. And another point, we can say that the air in the exosphere is very thin and is made up of mostly helium and hydrogen. So we have discussed all the layers of atmosphere, and we have discussed in detail the structure of atmosphere. So we are concluding our lecture here, and we will discuss some points of this unit in next lecture. So stay connected. Good day. Bye.